Hey guys, Thogden here, and welcome back to another Game Week 3 predictions. I'm very excited. I've got a very special guest with me. His name is Rory Jennings, the Chelsea fan. How are we doing, son?
I am honoured to be here. Thank you so much for having me on, Thog. Thank you to everybody. Please be nice in the comments.
Can I say this is an iconic video? Now, you and me, we don't live far from each other in London. This is my first video in my new office space, and you are the one to be doing this with me.
I am honoured.
Before we get into these predictions, I want to ask you, how many likes are we going to hit on this video?
Please give a lot, because otherwise Thogden might not let me back on the channel. Could we go, is 9k too many for you?
Let's go for 9k.
9k.
9,153 likes.
9153. I like
and then this is saving Rory's opportunity back on the channel.
Yeah, because if it only gets like 6k or something, you might not ever let me back on, which would be hard. So please do it, please.
Right, Theo, I hope you've told everyone about the points. Kai Rooney got 5 points, Thogden got a measly 7 points, and Thogdad got a sumptuous 8 points. And look how far I am ahead. The scores are on the board. I'm 10 points ahead. And there was Kai Rooney calling me a mug. Can't believe it.
We're going to kickstart with Chelsea.
Okay.
The Friday night game. The results have not been great so far. You've got 1 point in 2 games. You should have done better in that West Ham match. How did you run through that game? I saw your reaction. You were not happy because you were very proud after the Liverpool game, weren't you?
Yeah, I was really proud. I thought that we played so well against Liverpool because we displayed everything that I wanted to see from the team, particularly off the back of last year. When you see such a flat performance in the second half against West Ham, you suddenly, because of the baggage of last year, you see it in that second half at Upton Park or wherever it is now, and you go, oh, we haven't got rid of these problems.
Yeah, but to lose 3-1 to 10 men, even Aguerd got sent off. I mean, it's crazy. Let's see. Luton Town, though, they've only played 1 game. They've had a break, but they are really awful. I mean, their best player is Ross Barkley. It's his first game back against his old club. Are you scared about him?
No, of course I'm not scared of Ross Barkley, mate.
Clip it.
Yeah, I know. Ross Barkley hat-trick incoming. I think that we're going to batter them. Okay. I honestly think that we're going to batter them.
How many goals? Give us a prediction.
I think Chelsea win this game 3-0.
3-0. I've also gone 3-0. Thogdad's got his prediction as well, so we're going to have to get it from him.
So Luton Town resting. I mean, it's guesswork, this one. But I don't think it's going to be a crapshoot. I'm going to go 2-0 to Chelsea.
The second match, Saturday, early kickoff. It's down on the south coast. It's Bournemouth against Tottenham Hotspur. Now, Maddison was seen taken off in stretchers after the Manchester United game.
He had a boot on, didn't he?
Real worry for them because he is so key in their attack. But they're playing well.
We were told now, I don't know if this is true, there's a lot of spin that goes on at all football clubs, but we were told that boot was purely protective. Bournemouth's a tough one. Remember Tottenham had a really positive result, lucky, some would say, down there last year. I think Bentancur popped up. Areola last year loved he loved that sort of an underdog triumph. So I think his team beat both Real Madrid and Barcelona last year.
Wow, it's good knowledge.
So, with that in mind, I'm going to say that Bournemouth are going to win the game 2-1.
Okay, I'm going to go 2-1 the other way. The boring prediction, Spurs to win again. Let's see what Thogdad says.
This game could easily be a 2-2. There could be goals here, but I reckon Spurs are going to nick it 2-1.
Over to West London, Brentford against Crystal Palace. Now, let's talk about the Bees for a second. How well are they doing? They just seem to turn up. Ivan Toney, no problem.
I know.
Wissa and Buemo are looking like the best strikers in the league right now.
It's always the way. Whenever there's a problem for Brentford, have you noticed? Whatever that problem is, they seem to be okay. They are a brilliantly run football club, and I think Thomas Frank deserves a lot more credit than perhaps he gets.
Now, Palace did do well against Sheffield United to win away. But against Arsenal, I thought Eze should have got that penalty.
It should. I think potentially that could have been.
Here's the thing, people always roast me on Prem predictions. They say, look, you always put down Crystal Palace. You never back us to win anything. And I'm probably going to back Brentford to win because they are one of the most formed teams. They could probably get top 5 this year. Top 6.
Bit too far in my opinion, but I wouldn't write them off entirely.
No Europe distraction, and Brighton and Villa are distracted. Same with Newcastle.
That is true.
Brentford are just focusing on the Prem, and they've got the team to do it.
Do you know what, Thogden? After all of that, I think this is going to end a draw.
Like a 2-2, high scoring.
I'm going for a 2-2 draw.
Brentford, I think Mbuemo's going to score, and I'm going to say 2-1. I'm backing Brentford again. I did it last week. They beat Fulham away. People didn't expect that, and they threw them out the water. So let's go to Thogdad's prediction.
Brentford could have a field day here, but I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Brentford.
Arsenal Fulham now. You've spoken very highly about Arsenal so far.
Painful, mate.
I know, it is painful.
But I have to be honest.
Do you think they can win the Premier League?
Yes.
And you predicted that, didn't you?
Yes.
I think you really stick by that. They've been very close against Palace and Nottingham Forest, only winning both games by 1 goal difference.
Okay, let's explore that.
Okay.
What you've said there is very important, but it's also very important for Arsenal because that is the hallmark of champions. Winning when perhaps you don't deserve to win. Winning when perhaps
you've seen it all
you
before.
haven't played. Yeah,
The Chelsea 1-0 season.
Mate, that's how you win the league.
Yeah. So against Fulham, they look done and dusted this year. No Tosin Adarabioyo, no Alexander Mitrovic anymore. He's confirmed gone to Al Hilal, and they don't really have a plan B.
No, I mean it's so important that they keep their manager. There seems to be a lot of conversation about whether Marco Silva will stay there. But even if they still had Mitrovic, even if they still had Louis Saha and Edwin van der Sar, they're not winning this game. Arsenal are going to batter them.
They will, and it's at the Emirates, which means, as proven from last year's form, how many goals are we saying they're going to win by?
Arsenal win this game 4-0.
I'm going 2-0. Less goals than you. Good to be different. Let's see what Thogdad thinks.
Arsenal have played Fulham 30 times in their history at their home ground. They've won 24, they've drawn 6, and they've never lost at home to Fulham. Isn't that amazing? Now, Fulham this season, without Mitrovic, are not the same team. This could be a few goals to Arsenal. I'm going to go 3-0.
Next up is Manchester United against Nottingham Forest. I tell you what, Ten Hag, we need to start asking questions about him. I don't really know his tactics. I'm there now.
Are you there?
I'm there now.
Thoggo,
I'm at a point
early.
where... No, because I'm not convinced. I watch Manchester United. I don't think they have a good enough team to gel together. Why signing Mason Mount was a good idea in any regard, I'll never get it. It doesn't fit their tactics. I'm not saying Mason Mount's not a bad player, but when I see him and Bruno running together, I don't see how it's going to connect and beat the best.
I'm slightly taken aback. Are you saying that potentially he isn't the man for the job?
I'm saying that there's better options out there for Manchester United going forward.
Okay.
He's not the number one option.
Mate, I don't know why it's affecting me so much because it's not flat out wrong and there's definitely some mileage in what you're saying.
I'm quite surprised that you're defending him.
This year, with the money that he spent, with the players that he has at his disposal, they can't be losing at Tottenham, man.
No,
do you know what I mean? So they need
there's
to bounce
also more
back
pressure
here.
now. There's more pressure. He's invested more. Nottingham Forest are a solid team, and they scored a last-minute winner. Chris Wood, absolute bullet header. I don't know how he uses neck muscles like that to beat Sheffield United. Taiwo Awoniyi has now got 6 goals in consecutive Premier League games. He's an absolute target man and a half.
You've made me change my prediction. Honestly, this conversation, I'm allowed to do that, right?
Yeah, of course you are.
Yeah.
Do whatever you
this
want.
This conversation, your insightful chat here, I'm
Forest.
going for a draw here.
Yeah, it could be on the cards for me. Which one?
I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
I actually do think Manchester United are going to handle the pressure and win this game. I do stand by everything I said. I just think they're good enough to beat Nottingham Forest at home. So I'm going to go 2-0 over to Thogdad.
Nottingham Forest got an amazing victory against Sheffield United. Well, not quite amazing, but really good. But last season only scored 11 goals away from home. This is going to be an easy win for Man United. 2-0.
Next match on the other side of the table, we're going to go down to Everton against Wolves. Two teams that are really struggling this year. Sean Dyche, there are many questions being asked of him.
Rightly so.
And Wolves sacked their manager, brought in Gary O'Neill just before the first game. And I thought he did well against Man United.
He did.
He had a lot of chances. Unfortunately, didn't turn into goals. But that second game week was very poor. Yeah. And to get battered in the fashion that they did, I can't call it. I can't say to this camera right now, in front of all you guys, and say that Everton or Wolves are going to win a football match right now because I'm not seeing enough. Both of them need points.
Both
are looking into this like a must win. So it could open up to be a high-scoring encounter. But
Wolves are going to win this game. Everton 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1.
I like that. I think it's a fair prediction. I'm going to go 0-0. I think Wolves are too good defensively for Everton to score, and I think neither team will score, and it will just be hella boos from the home and away end at full time.
Wolves have actually won this fixture for the last 2 seasons, so they might just be favourites here. But I'm going for a drab 1-1 draw in this massive relegation scrap.
Let's go over to Brighton West Ham. Now, we were just talking about Wolves conceding 4, and the team who scored 4 consecutive weeks is Brighton Hove Albion. And it's about the rotation. João Pedro scores on the first game week. And what do? They bench him. They bring in someone else. Solly March comes in, scores 2 goals. De Zerbi is just a man of...
Genius.
He's a genius. He's a man of many wonders. And now he's at home to West Ham. Do you think this continues or will there be a blip?
It continues. Brighton score 4 again. This finishes Brighton 4, West Ham 1.
So where did Brighton finish this year?
4-1 have a hat-trick of 4-1s.
Where did Brighton finish this year then? If we're backing them like this. They do have Europa League later on.
6 or 7.
Wow.
So
not top...
Look, Thug, right? Do you agree with this statement? They're the best run club in the world.
100%.
Tony Bloom is a genius.
He is.
Absolute
but
icon.
It's not just him, it's the people he's hired around him who are absolute brain.
Yeah.
And the signings are all done in numbers. And actually meeting them and making sure they're good people.
Yeah, right. The right mentality as well as the right footballer. I agree. They're an amazing club, and I thought West Ham, I know they beat Chelsea last week. I didn't think they were very good.
They're not going to win back-to-back.
They're not going to win back-to-back, and I don't think Mikel Antonio scores back-to-back either.
No.
And therefore, I just think that ultimately Brighton win this game convincingly.
Yes, so you've gone 4-1. I'm going to go 2-1. Both of them, we agree. They're taking 3 points. Let's see if it's a triple up with Thogdad.
Now, Brighton's first game, they scored 4. The second game, they scored 4. Can they do it again? Because it's only been done 3 times in the history of the top flight and never in the Premier League. But the thing about Brighton, they've got this voodoo about winning 3 games in a row. They've not done it for about 5 years. But having said that, I reckon they're going to narrowly win this 2-1.
Over to Yorkshire now, Bramall Lane. Is it going to be a difficult place? Well, they need to pick up some kind of points, but they're playing the best team in the world of football, Manchester City. Which way do you see this going, Rory?
Come on.
I know.
What can we do here? This finishes Sheffield United 4. No. Sheffield United 0, Manchester City 4. Okay. And that's as kind as you can be. Like, they're going down.
Is it Foden masterclass? Haaland, is he a captain in FPL? Surely.
If I hear Haaland, I'd just back him because of what happened last time we spoke about Haaland.
Oh my God. Yeah, but I didn't even bring it up this time.
No.
I actually feel bad. I don't want to bring it up because everyone else does.
Right? I was in a pub, a really beautiful pub in Soho, right? The Blue Post, one of my favourites.
Love that.
I was in there, ordered my drinks, like 4, whatever, and I got my card out ready to pay. Geezer goes, don't worry about it, mate. That Haaland thing must have stung. You can have these.
So you got free drinks?
Yeah, this is like a couple of days ago. Like, it's still alive.
Honestly, it's like part of your character now.
Yeah,
it is. You just got
how's Haaland?
So how many Haaland goals then?
2
goals. I'll give him a hat trick. 3-0. You're going 4-0. Let's go to Thogdad.
You're talking about a Man City side that has not conceded this season in 3 hours of football, and in the last 10 Premier League games against Sheffield United, they have conceded just 1 goal. So Sheffield United will not score. Man City will score 2. 2-0 to City.
Over to the Northwest now. James Trafford's second Premier League game. Burnley at home. It's to Villa, who scored 4 at home last match, which is really crazy. They lost 5 goals to Newcastle. Unai Emery completely turns it around. Now, how many goals are we going to see?
I think this is a kind of game that Villa need to win. If Villa are going to be the team that we think they can be under Emery, competing to qualify for Europe again, that sort of thing. Very ambitious owners at Villa, brilliant old stadium, and former European Cup winners. If they are to be that club again, this is the kind of game that they need to win. However, Burnley are going to make this very tough. This is the game this weekend that I'm most struggling with. What have you gone for here?
I've gone for a 2-1 away win to Villa, and I just think their new front 3, with Leon Bailey on form, Moussa Diaby, who seems to be worth the 50 million euros they paid for him, and I watched him in Germany, he was excellent, and that mixed with Ollie Watkins is a triple that just has too many chances. And that's why I back Villa to win, and maybe even by more goals. I'm going to say 2-1 for now. Trafford with a few wonder saves to keep it lower scoring. What do you reckon?
I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Villa are great.
Vincent Kompany, but there's not much to base off.
A point for Emery as well, away at Burnley. It's not the end of the world at all.
He's going to be thinking 3 points or nothing though.
So he will
see.
Right.
Let's go to Thogdad.
Burnley were well rested last week because Kenilworth Road wasn't ready for their fixture, but Aston Villa, game week 1 they lost by 4 goals. Game week 2 they won by 4 goals. That has only happened twice in the history of top flight football, and the last time it happened was to Burnley. I think it was 1926. But this is a fixture that often ends in a draw, so it wouldn't surprise me if James Trafford keeps a clean sheet and it's 0-0, or maybe it's a 1-1. But I'm just going to go for a narrow 1-0 Villa win. I fancy them to do very well this season.
And the final match is in the northeast. We're going to Newcastle against Liverpool. A very difficult match to call. And I think going into it, the favourite is the Geordies. Do you agree?
Yes, I think so. I think this could be possibly the first time that they've ever played each other in the Premier League era where Newcastle would be favourites to win this game.
Are you going to back them to beat this Liverpool team that seem to have signed Endo? What do you think about Endo?
I mean, it's panic buy, isn't it?
I think it is.
It's a panic buy. They had to sign
but
someone.
But why buy a 30-year-old?
Because they had no option.
If Salah goes, they're screwed. This could be one of Salah's last games if that's the case.
Yes.
What do you reckon? What's your score prediction?
My score prediction is Liverpool will win the game. I'm going Newcastle 2, Liverpool 3.
Wow, 5-goal thriller. So if you get that, you get an extra point because you've gone over the goal mark. But I'm going to go 4 goals, but a draw. 2-2. I think that's a fair prediction.
13 is the magic number here because Newcastle have not beaten Liverpool in 13 Premier League games, and Liverpool have not lost a Premier League game in the last 13 appearances. So these are 2 very good sides, and what will be crucial here is the first goal, because if Newcastle get it, they will not lose. So I'm just going to sit on the fence with this one. I think it'll be a cracker. Could easily be a 2-2, but I'm going to go 1-1.
Looking forward to watching on the telly. Make sure you tune in and make sure you subscribe to Rory Jennings' YouTube channel.
Please.
You've seen this mug so many years on end. Since lockdown content we've been together filming.
Yeah, it's been great.
And now you're smashing it. You're getting like unbelievable numbers on your
mate,
views.
you've supported all the way.
Always,
I appreciate it so much,
mate. Always.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming back on the channel.
Honor.
Big up Thog Dad in Montenegro.
What's happening, Thog Dad?
What a guy. But he's coming back, so we've got to bring him back to this setup. Thank you for watching. Smash the like. Remember what we said?
Yeah, what did we say? We said 8K, right?
No, 9,153 likes. Thank you for watching. See you all in a bit. He's running off to TalkSport. We got to go. That's it.